What is up, data senders? I'm excited to share a few thoughts I had with you over the last couple days. As the school years are winding down, some schools have finished or will finish this week. Others will finish in the next couple weeks, depending on the school district where you're at. Everything is different schedules. But do not waste this summer. This is a perfect opportunity for you to increase your connection with your children and increase the confidence that your children have in themselves. I was thinking, like, what happens when the school year is out? The kids often will just take it easy. They'll lounge around, they'll spend the summers watching TV and just hanging out and stuff. But that can be great, and it's not a big deal to have fun and relax. But don't be lazy. Don't waste this summer. What I mean by don't waste the summer is, as a dad, as a business owner, you're still going to be working in the business, and you may have things that are on your calendar that you have to attend to while the kids are home, and not at school, or those kind of things. But take control of your calendar. Start now. Figure out what are the activities that are coming up. Where can you insert more family activities, and how can you control or maneuver your schedule so you're included in those activities. I know a lot of times in the summer, dads, whether they work a 9 to 5 job, whether they have the business or whatever capacity they're doing, working, generating income for their family, the kids are home and they're often working. They're involved in the business. They're often doing these different things. And that's the time where there's not a lot of communication, not a lot of connection. So things can fade. So my challenge for you is not to waste this summer. I would recommend sit down, have a family council, start to figure out what went well for your kids this school year. This video is mostly for dads with kids at home who are in elementary school, middle school, or high school, but this could still apply for dads who have adult children who may be in college or have their own families and those kind of things. So for you that have children at home in elementary, middle school, or high school, sit down, ask them what was the most challenging thing they experienced throughout the school year, and pay attention to what they say. And then also in your family council, have them celebrate their wins, celebrate some of the things that were exciting for them, and then have each child, yourself and your spouse, share 1 to 3 of their greatest strengths that they feel that they have, and then allow the siblings and you and your spouse as parents to highlight the strengths that your children have. As you highlight the strengths, that will give them a reminder that they are great, that they can do hard things. So there's a lot of times that we don't focus on our wins, especially youth that have challenges with friends, they have challenges with um, bullies, or just things are hard. The world's tough right now. And so the more you can understand the challenges that your children experience, the more that you have opportunities you can work on that. For instance, if your child struggled in math, maybe you can spend a few minutes every day enhancing those math skills so the new school year is not have to start over from zero, but they can start where they are and move forward and make progress. So I would really recommend that you find a way to have a family council to sit down and make the summer one that is very powerful, one that is full of connection. I know for me, we will be on the go for the first couple of weeks of summer vacation, and there could be times where the long travel can disrupt my connection with my kids. But I'm going to be very intentional to make sure that even on our vacation, when we're staying in the house of friends or in-laws, or in different spaces where we don't have a lot of space to ourselves, we'll have other family around us on our trip. I'm still going to make sure that I check in on the needs of my kids. My kids, all 5 of them were adopted through foster care, and some of them are very overstimulated in social areas and with different kids involved. So really make sure you stay on top of that with family parties or get-togethers or travel. Pay attention to your kids. Are they overstimulated? Are they stimulated enough? A lot of times when these children, our children, lose the structure of the school year, they may become more complicated. Their choices might be more challenging than you saw during the school year, because they were used to getting up, getting ready, having breakfast, going to school, being home, doing their homework, doing their chores, doing their sports activities. And now that they're home for the summer, they might only get up, do some chores, have a whole day of maybe things are planned, maybe they're not, and then the sporting events, practices, plays, doctor's appointments, whatever it might be until the evening. So they got this whole chunk of the day where the TV might be on, or tablets will be on, or things like that. Really challenge you to minimize the screen time and increase the time together being active as a family, whether that's walks, whether it's swimming, and not just putting your kids in the backyard while you're kind of getting space to yourself. That can be good, but also be in the pool with your kids, be in the activities, be engaged, plan things out. Now, there's lots of things that you can do. I know parks are a bit challenging because of the heat that's approaching and things like that, but go on walks in the evening, go to rec centers, go get creative. There's things that you can do that are free or very cheap. There's things that are inexpensive, and then there's things that are significantly more expensive, whether it's trips or fun activities. Find a balance of those. Make goals for your family. And what I'm talking about with making goals, and don't waste the summer. Make sure that this is a time of growth, a time of progression. Sit down this weekend, sometime this week, or once the school year finishes for your kids, that first week of the summer break, whatever it might be, sit down and set some goals for yourself, for your family. And when I'm talking about the goals for yourself and for your family, you personally, as a dad, as an entrepreneur, figure out, what does my schedule look like? What have I been intentionally doing? What have I been doing being present for my kids? And where can I either add some one-on-one time with my kids, or I add an activity to bond and have fun with the entire family? Figure out how you can work less and play more. Play more with events, activities, time that really matters with your kids. Figure out what they struggled with over the last school year and see if you can help them identify a goal, something they want to improve over the summer, whether it's an instrument, whether it's their sport that they're involved in, whether it's math, whatever it might be. Figure out if there's something that they personally can identify as something that's exciting, an area that they want to grow. Because if they just sit around all summer and they stay the same, when the new school year starts, it takes a lot of time to ramp back up. But if your kids are engaged in something that's exciting to them, maybe it's science and they get a science kit, maybe it's electronics and they're building robots or cars or Lego towers or rubber band guns or whatever it is. Figure out something that they like, see if there's an area that they want to improve, and then help them improve in that area. Spend some time one-on-one together, where you as the dad or you and your spouse can work with your child specifically on the improvement that they desire to have. And if you have grown children or children who are in college, children that have their own families, figure out what are some of their things that are most important, some of the challenges that they had through each semester of the recent school year, and figure out where they want to go. But regardless of where you are in the life cycle with young children or children in college or adult children, everyone has an area where they can improve. So figure out, have a conversation with your adult children and see how you can pray for your children or be involved in their growth. Figure out how you can be involved with the growth of your children now, and really make sure that the summer is something that there's a lot of growth, a lot of progress. Don't stay the same. Don't be the same today that you were yesterday. Don't be the same next week than you are this week. Certainly don't be the same when the new school year kicks off. Find an area to grow. Find an area to do more, to be more, so you're going to have more. Find some time to just enjoy, to be present and be happy. Don't allow your phone to take over. Don't allow to turn on a useless show that there's no connection, that people aren't really engaged in anyways. But eliminate some of those screen time and really spend some time doing things this summer that are meaningful, that are valuable, that will really help you build a connection with your children. There's lots and lots of activities that can happen. Do something to be intentional and help your children increase their confidence, especially those who may have an elementary school who's graduating to enter into middle school, or those who are just completing middle school and entering high school. Those are some serious transition and challenging times for youth as they progress in their academic journey. So figure out what some of those barriers are and figure out how you can equip your children to have the confidence to overcome some of those challenges. There's a lot of things that children experience at school that we don't have control over, but we can always control how we respond. We can always control our attitude. We can always control our effort. We can always control to be kind. We can always control the things that we do and say individually. And so, as your children are on summer break, they may have had some experiences with bullying or other challenging circumstances at school. Figure out what was hard. What was the biggest challenge for your kids over this past school year? And listen carefully to what they have to say. If they say something to the effect like it was really challenging, they didn't have friends, or people that they thought were their friends turned their back on them, or anything like that. Now you have a chance as a parent to step in and really schedule some opportunities where there are close friends, or where your children's current friends or potential new friends could be in your home, that you could facilitate an environment of safety where your kids can bond and make new friends. If they say something like, I really struggled in math, I hated going to math class every single day, I didn't understand what was being taught, I didn't, maybe now's an opportunity for some summer tutoring, or maybe some there's an opportunity to get some flashcards for elementary school kids and you practice with them. I've got pretty much the whole range of elementary school. I have one that just finished pre-K, one that just finished kindergarten, just finished first grade, just finished second grade, and just finished fifth grade. So I have a son that is entering into middle school, and we've started to prepare for some of those challenges. And I'm going to continue to have conversations about what he was struggling with through the school year and topics. I'm really going to be intentional to help him spend some time with me, with himself, doing some self study in those areas that were challenging, so he doesn't have as big of a hill to climb when he gets into his next topic. I have my four youngest, they're either learning to read or enhancing their reading skills. So we're going to make sure in my home that we have a lot of time to read together with our children, but also opportunities for them to read for themselves. And we're going to help motivate them to read on their own and truly to improve their reading capabilities. We use a token economy that as we catch our children doing something good, we give them points. And then as they earn these good points over the week, we take those points and either allow them to cash out during the week for snacks or screen time or certain rewards, or we use those points to build up towards a family activity on Fridays, that we have a little party with snacks, or a trip to the trampoline park, or something fun. You really give your children an opportunity for something to look forward to. They will progress when they have structure, when they have opportunities, when they know that they're going to be with you and get your time. But also, if you work from home or whatever, and you're home and you've got to work, be clear with that too. Okay, we're going to have breakfast together as a family. I'm going to work from 10 till 2, and at 2 o'clock, we're going to spend some time together, throw the ball in the backyard, go on a walk, ride bikes, we'll have dinner, and then we'll do an activity. Whatever it is, be clear with yourself and your kids what your schedule will look like, and really be intentional to make sure you can fill your schedule with more activities that bring you closer together with your family, more activities that allow you to connect one-on-one with your children, more activities that allow you to be with your spouse, to rekindle that connection, to make sure your marriage stays strong, and really make sure that this is a summer that is full of growth, that's full of progress, and full of memories. Don't just waste it. You're not going to remember what TV show you watched last week or what movie. Those are things that you can enjoy as a family, but don't let that be the only thing. Don't choose those activities that take up time, but there's no connection, there's no conversation, there's no memories being built. Do something this summer that increases growth for yourself, for your children, that brings memories, that brings things that the kids want to remember, that they want to talk about, whether it's a family reunion, a special trip to the lake, to the vacation house, whatever it is. Do something that builds memories frequently this summer. As best as you can, minimize the screen time and play some board games. Do some activities. I know you got to escape the heat here in Texas. It's quite hot in Vegas, where we recently moved from. It's hot. So find activities that you can do indoors, or find time that you're in the swimming pool and not just lounging on the side, but really playing pool basketball or Marco Polo or helping your young children swim better, whatever it is, something that your kids will remember. Make this a summer to remember. Make sure that this is something that they talk about. Do you know what? The summer that I just completed 5th grade was so incredible. I had so much fun as a family. I did this activity with dad and this activity with mom and this activity and this activity. So when your kids are a few years down the line, or when they're in high school or start to have their own family, they can look back and be like, that summer of 2023 was so incredible. This is the memory that I had. This is the souvenir that I got from this trip. This is that. Really make it something to remember, because you have two options. You can have a summer that's lazy and no connection and no growth and no progress, and then the school year starts and it's here we go, another school year. Or you can have a summer that is exciting, that is full of connection, that is full of memories, that you don't want the school year to start, because the connection, the time together with your family has been so incredible. You want that to continue. Allow that to be the summer that you have. And then as the new school year approaches, you can still figure out how to make adjustments to continue that summer to remember into the moving forward. We are about to head out for a 2.5 week trip, and so I'm gonna end this stream here. Those are some of the thoughts that I had to make this summer one to remember. Put it in the video comments. What are some of the vacations or activities that you currently have planned already? If you have 0 fun activities planned together with your family, make a list today of 2 or 3 or 5 things that you can do over the next 2 weeks to bring a memory, to bring some fun into the summer for your family. Enjoy, be safe, be smart, connect with each other, be present, show up, be intentional, and really make this a summer to remember. Don't waste the summer. I'm out for this time. I'll see you again shortly.